Hi, so Kanyabayonga, right? Kanyabayonga or Kanyabayonga, this is the city or the town that M23 have committed more than 300 of their fighters to try to capture. It's very important to them, and from the video you're watching, those are tanks by the Congolese Army FARDC roaring into that town, Kanyabayonga, to try to drive out or to defend it against imminent M23 attack. Now, from what I've heard is that the M23 are 15 kilometers from this town. They thought that they could easily, because their intel showed that there was no Congolese Army regiment there, or there was no presence of the Congolese Army. But the moment they started moving their assets towards that city, the Congolese Army was mobilized from other regions, and within a short time they were there to ensure that the M23 doesn't capture this town. Now I'm going to take you there and tell you why they really want to take this town. So as you can see, this is the Greater Lakes region from Africa. That's Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and Congo. Congo is on the left side, right? Now as we move north to the border of Uganda and Congo, there was the border town called Bunagana. And Bunagana, this is the town that M23 took as early as June 2022, when they were supported by the Ugandan army and armed by Rwanda. So they control this city. It's a very important border town, or border city if you want, and they took it, right? So they control this city, and by so doing they control the entry of goods coming out of Uganda going to Goma and Congo. Now apparently they don't stop any flow of those goods, because if they did so, Uganda would stop supporting them, because Uganda benefits a lot in trading with the Congo. So they allow every truck to cross over to Congo, and they extort or collect taxes from those vehicles. So again, the other reason why they cannot stop is because they get money from it. So that's how it works. They've been extorting taxes from people, from shopkeepers in this town. Now the road, which is a highway and it's tarmacked, leaves now Bunagana and goes to the town of Ruchuru. Ruchuru is about 20 kilometers from now that border, 2025. And north of Ruchuru, as you can see, this is the town of Ruchuru, is where you find the town of Kiwanja. Now Kiwanja is the headquarters of the M23. That's where they are. Recently I watched a video by a Rwandan journalist who was invited by the M23 to come to interview their commander Sultan Makenga in Kiwanja, this area here. And she drove from Rwanda through to Uganda and then crossed over to Congo without, permission from Congo, right? You can imagine she had all these two vehicles, I think a convoy of two vehicles from her TV station, and she's Rwandan, definitely working for the Rwandan government TV, and she's part of the effort by Rwanda to basically spread the propaganda and get local support for what M23 is doing in Congo. So she drove all the way from Bunagana. I'll be showing you that video later. She drove all the way from Bunagana and to Kiwanja, where she did the interview to the M23 commanders. So they are in control of this city, a city of more than 20,000 people, and their camp is located at a former agricultural center here. So their camp is actually among these building. One of them actually serves as their dispensary. I showed you in a certain drone footage last year, where their injured people used to come. And as you can see, these are plantation of tea plantation or coffee, which I think it's coffee, and they've captured this center as their headquarters, and they're using some of these buildings as makeshift dispensary. They're also controlling this hospital here. As you can see, it's called the Center of Nyongera. It's a hospital. All the doctors and nurses from here are the ones treating the injured M23. So that's how they are surviving. Now they decided now they want to take another city following this highway. Now the city is Kanyabayonga, and as you follow this highway, you come to the city itself. This is the city, and that's where you saw that tank roaring into the city, and M23 have been sharing it and accusing the Congolese army of being the ones responsible for that. But we know it's M23. It doesn't matter how they try to tell you the story, we know that the problem here is the M23 being armed by Rwanda. Most of them are Rwandan troops being sent to Congo to try to capture the territory. Their goal is to try to take control of the whole of North Kivu province, so that in future this province can be settled by Rwandan populations from Rwanda. So Rwanda plans to unload half of their population, which includes the Tutsis and the Hutus. Mostly the Tutsi will be the first one to go to North Kivu and claim beautiful land, massive land, and basically call it their own ranches, so that they can own ranches, because the Tutsi people, they are people whose economic activity is cattle keeping. So they want huge ranches there. After that, the next stage will be sending the Hutus, who are farmers, to go there and capture the other territory, and eventually Rwanda would take the North Kivu. Now, if they don't take it, it doesn't matter. If they succeed in ensuring that majority of the people there are from Rwanda, during voting, this diaspora or this immigrant population will be swaying the type of leadership that is in North Kivu. So by and by, they just want to take control of North Kivu, and they've been trying to capture. Now they have Ruchuru. They've been trying to take Sake, which is another important town, to try to see whether they can also come back and take the city of Goma, a city of 3 million people, and eventually also control all these big towns like Kanyabayonga and others. And by doing that, then eventually it means they will have taken the whole of North Kivu. The last town in North Kivu they would be going for was Butembo, and eventually Benin in the north. And doing that, it means that they will have controlled the whole of North Kivu. So that's the intention. That's what they're doing. And as they're doing that, a lot of people are dying. They don't care, because their goal has to work. That's what they're doing. Now, I'm going to show you that video, a short part of it, of a Rwandan journalist, a group of them actually, crossing the border through Uganda to Congo to interview their troops in Congo. Just like we see Western media going to Ukraine to do the interviews, they are doing the same in Congo. It's just shameful. And during the interview, Sultan Makenga, they call him General Sultan Makenga, he started off saying that his group is supported by Uganda and Rwanda. That's what he said. It's not me saying it or Western media saying it. It's the head of M23 at the meeting on live television interview in Rwanda, or for Rwandan TV, at the meeting that he got support from both Uganda and Rwanda to send their troops to Congo to start fighting for that territory. So that is the story that is happening today. The war is now in Kanyabayonga.